Hello, everyone. I'm City of Las Vegas Communications Director David Riggleman. Thanks so much for joining us for Access City Council. We're kicking off the new year with a look at what's coming to Las Vegas in 2024, in particular in Ward 3. And of course, joining us with more on what's to come in Ward 3, of course, is the councilwoman who represents Ward 3. It's none other than Olivia Diaz. Welcome to the program. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, David. It flew by.
It did.
We're in 24 now, 23 just
Can you believe that?
zoomed.
It's like, I know, exactly. And this is our first show of 2024. So
yes, I hope everyone
You're kicking
had
it off.
an amazing holiday season. I hope it was filled of joy and rest and relaxation. I know I took the last couple of weeks to recharge my batteries after
because you don't do that very often.
Yeah, it's a busy job being a council person. A lot of people don't know.
And a full-time mom and everything else. Yeah,
exactly.
So you have a lot going on. But
and I try to be a good wife that cooks here and there.
Exactly. I heard, and great cook from what I've heard. So
I try. I learned from my mom and her tamale making skills. Let's just say that.
Hey, if you can make good tamales, what else do you need in life?
Right.
That's my thought on all of that. But Councilwoman, you know Ward 3 very well. You're born and raised there. I know the whole area like the back of your hand. But for those of you out there not exactly sure where Ward 3 is located, well, don't worry. We're going to show you right here on the map. Of course, it's appropriately enough the area with the 3 on it. Councilwoman, see Ward 3, and anyway, it's the east side of the city of Las Vegas. With redistricting, you've got that little finger that's still west of I-15
yes,
now.
I-15 to about Decatur, shy of Desert into Sahara. So Area 15, Palace Station, the adjacency is now in Ward 3, and I'm happy to represent those folks as well.
Very diverse ward too. Across, you got crazy, exciting museums and parks and everything else.
Yes.
So it's good stuff.
It is.
Well, Councilwoman, one of the things I know is really cool for Ward 3 is that we have a special guest that we're going to introduce today. Joining us for the show today, it's her first time on Access City Council.
Yes, we welcome her. We can't believe it's her first time, but it's her debut, Dina.
Exactly.
Babsky.
So we're pleased to welcome to the show our Deputy Director for the Department of Economic and Urban Development. It's none other than Dina Babsky. Welcome, Dina. You're new as Deputy Director, but not new to the city. You've been with us for a number of years now.
That is correct, and good morning. Thank you so much for having me. Yes, I've been with the city for 6 years, and I've been on this job for 6 months.
Yeah, and a lot of exciting things to talk about. A lot of project. Dina's department, for those of you that don't know, obviously the idea is to encourage business to come to Las Vegas, specifically some of the areas we're trying to redevelop. And Ward 3 has got some really exciting things coming up, which...
Very excited about what the future holds in Ward 3. We know that what kept me busy in 2023 was vetting a plethora of projects that are coming to fruition. And some of them got vetted maybe even 2-3 years ago that we're going to finally touch on. But the most recent one, for example, Midtown, which Weena Zhang is bringing more development into our beloved downtown, and we're super excited because if anybody can get it done is Weena. We've seen that she brought the English Hotel through a very challenging time. It was the pandemic, not very much was going on, but she kept building
and it's been very
the English
successful.
Hotel, and so I highly recommend if you haven't been to go and visit the English Hotel.
Pepper Club in there too. It's
but to
great,
tell us more about this Midtown development, so Dina, tell us what's coming with this Midtown, and it's phase 1 of Midtown, right? Because there's not just what we're going to talk about today, but what's coming
later.
Yes, that is correct. So the full project is actually huge, and it's so innovative. She's looking at over 1,500 units, and that's between condos, apartments, and hotel space. They're going to have retail, mixed-use development, and like Councilwoman just mentioned, they did get entitled for phase 1, so that includes about 275 units. And I do believe they have the leasing office already open. So there's a lot of energy around this project. There's a lot of excitement about the transportation options for the project. A lot of talk about Teslas. And so we are working with Weena closely alongside with other developers in the area to make sure we have the infrastructure in place that the city needs to bring forward in order to make this successful.
Dina, for people that don't know exactly where the English Hotel is located, give them some sense of where we're talking about here.
So that's Casino Center. And so Weena's project, or Midtown, is actually going to span over from First to Casino Center.
Wow.
So it's a great area.
Big project. And you're saying it's primarily housing that she's looking to add? That's kind of the main component?
Housing and hotel space. So not only will we have residents in downtown, it will also attract tourists, which is also great for our economy here. It's more of a community-oriented type of project where people move in, live, play, work, all of that encompassed.
Councilwoman, that's got to be exciting for you, because that was one of the components that people said was kind of missing, is that ability to live in the downtown, but then also
live,
shop
work,
there.
and play.
Yeah, live, work, and play, do everything there.
My hope is that as also our campus across City Hall is also being developed and is growing, it may spur some thought in some of our employees or future employees to say, hey, I have the ability to just walk to work versus having to be stuck in traffic for 40 minutes coming and going, and that's time that we save when you're a 10-minute walk away.
It's huge.
And that you don't have to use the vehicle, and then we're going to have these awesome eateries and experiences, because I think she's looking to add more than just the housing, but she wants amenities and things that the neighbors and the residents will need to utilize.
Keep them in the area, and it makes it a lot more attractive. Well, our city manager lives in the downtown. Guy operating this camera right over here lives in the downtown and does just exactly what you're saying. He commutes very easily on foot to work every day, or on his scooter.
Increasingly, downtown is the place where people want to be and stay close to, because it will be, I think, evolving. I know that there's some things that are lacking currently. I know that for the longest time we've been hearing, bring us a grocery store closer to us. And I know that my fine team at EUD is chasing that grocery store down.
It'll come. It'll get here.
It'll come. But we know that every time we talk to retailers, they want to see rooftops. They want to see people who live. And so all of these projects that we're going to touch on today help in the numbers that we're bringing, and the desire for a company that has a grocery chain to come in our midst.
Great. Dina, what's our time frame for the Midtown project? What are we talking about here?
I mean, the phase one, obviously is a lot more closer to, in the next couple of years, we'll see some developments there already. The following phases are probably a little more out, but in the next couple of years, we'll definitely see some developments.
Wow. So it's the ball's rolling. That's great.
We're excited for that side of commerce going to the 15 to start to get more love and development, and hopefully with Weena's vision, it'll start to just, the synergy will just start to explode in the area.
The seeds will start to grow that she's planting, I think they will, because certainly we've seen that the Arts District, for example, blossoming. We're looking to try to create some more affordable housing, because the Arts District all of a sudden now has become prime real estate. People all want to live or work in the Arts District, and the idea was to still have artists to have an opportunity there.
We don't want to lose the essence of the Arts District and why the Arts District was created. And so that's why we're leaning on Art Space, which is a development company that looks at providing affordable housing opportunity for artists. And I know we have an upcoming meeting to kind of introduce Art Space to the community and kind of what their mission is in other cities, right?
Sure, yes. So we're bringing in a consultant to help the city to do a feasibility study for the Art Space project. And like Councilwoman mentioned, it is the affordable housing, it is maker space for the artists to basically work, live, all encompassed in one area. And the consultant will help us do the outreach to the community so we can hear what the need is, how possible this project is. And once that is complete, which actually it kicks off in a couple of weeks, then we will go forward into really, assessing how this project might move forward. But it's very exciting because the artists have to live where they actually work, to get inspired and keep the Arts District what it is.
Dina, talk a little bit about that. I know other cities have struggled with this, where their arts districts all of a sudden became, again, great places to set up other businesses. The artists kind of found themselves being squeezed out a little bit. We don't want to do that here in Las Vegas, right? We want to make sure that, as Councilwoman's point, that we still keep the art in the arts district to some degree.
That's exactly why we're undertaking this feasibility study, because there has been so much growth in the arts district with all the new exciting distilleries, and the breweries and the restaurants. So organically, the artists are having to maybe move out of the district, like you mentioned. So by doing the study and actually providing and securing a space for them, we're trying to keep the art in the arts district.
You've been too successful, Councilwoman.
Yeah, right.
All the other stuff coming in.
There's always challenges, but we don't want to. We want to learn from other cities,
Right.
and so, for example, by the time this type of an endeavor was undertaken in River North Arts District in Denver, the price of the real estate was just way out of reach. And so we're trying to be proactive. We're trying to be timely, because if we miss the window of opportunity, we may not be able to get this type of project going. And I think there's so many possibilities. I'm really excited about Art Space really looking at Las Vegas with intentionality, and hopefully these meetings will bear some really good positive fruit from them, which would be to create this affordable housing for the artist community, this maker space, but also it just shows that the city is committed to keeping artists in the arts district, because we feel it's important. They're the founders. Yeah,
that's the whole idea. Dina, when is the meeting? When are some of these meetings getting kicked off?
We're already doing the outreach to let people know that it's happening.
Okay, great.
There's a way to reserve a spot in order to come to the meeting. We want to make sure we hear everyone.
Yep.
So more to come on that. But
okay, very good. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that. Folks will help push the word out on that. So it's exciting. It's an exciting. You're kind of planning the future, and that's always an interesting and fun thing to do from a city perspective. Southern Land, let's talk about that project.
I think a lot of people hear Southern Land connected to Symphony Park.
Right.
But they are going for other places other than Symphony Park, and one of the awesome places they're going is the Arts District. And so excited that more housing offerings will be available.
Great.
We know that Share Downtown is doing amazing in terms of folks wanting to live there, but now we're going to create more housing space through Southern Land's development on California
and 3rd, yes. California and 3rd.
That's a happening place all of a sudden, Councilman, good for you. Back in the day when I first started the city, that area was not a place that desirable, but boy, have things changed.
Yeah. I know that they reached out and they want to see at the end of February to schedule a groundbreaking ceremony for it. So.
Oh, okay. So that's where they actually fenced off the place, and they're starting to get some action.
They're probably moving dirt a little bit before we arrive for the trying to soften it a bit, I think.
Yeah, but great project. Over 300 units. We need residential units here so badly in downtown. There's going to be retail space, restaurants. Again, very walkable because the 3 buildings will wrap around that intersection.
Wow.
So great project.
And a time frame, Dina, on that, they're going to break ground here officially in the next month or so, and then how long to get the project completed?
Later in 2025.
Okay, so that's right around the corner. It's we're already in 2024.
I know.
This is good stuff. And then, this is a personal favorite, baby stacks. You can't miss with baby stacks. Coming to Ward 3 too?
Yeah, we heard through City Council that the shift is happening from MTO Cafe to Baby Stacks, and so it'll be another location that they hold in the Valley. Super excited to get that space back, because sometimes you're in a jam to get a good bite in, and currently they're in that remodeling phase, but we hope that they open. Do you know, Dina, when they open?
In February.
Okay.
Yes, we don't have a confirmed date, but very fast.
Yeah. Okay. And we're talking in the City Hall garage, 500 South Main, right?
Main.
That's correct.
The MTO was on the ground floor there, and been there many years, really since City Hall opened back in 2012, but their business model changed a little bit, and they're out in Summerlin now, I think. But Baby Stacks is going to come in, and I think that's good. We'll take a Baby Stacks anywhere we can.
Pancakes, anyone?
Yes,
exactly.
My son. He's a pancake fiend, so he will want to be hitting that spot quite frequently.
And so, Dina, they're talking about opening in February next month. Then, wow. Okay, so stay tuned in the downtown, folks. If you're looking for some pancakes at Baby Stacks, that'll be coming. And then. You have a Cedar Street project, Councilwoman?
So there's
Dina?
more housing coming to the Arts District aside from us doing the feasibility for affordable housing for artists and the Sutherland development. We have Cedar Street Company also has gone through the process, and they're looking to hopefully start their project spring of 2025. And how big is that one?
Yeah,
How many
and
units are they
where
bringing?
also where is
Cedar
it?
Street is on Imperial.
Okay.
So they are also going to be roughly 250 to 300 units.
Jeez.
Again, it's mixed use. So besides the residential units, there's going to be retail, restaurants. It is very exciting because they are actually a developer out of Chicago that we attracted, and they have great innovative ideas. And so we're very excited for that project.
Gosh, Dina, when you add all these projects together, we're talking 500, 600, 700 new units in that area, right?
That's correct.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
More to
Councilwoman,
come.
That's pretty exciting. So the Cedar Street project, what does it have any unique features to it versus the other ones? You said they had kind of some unique ideas.
Yeah, just the renderings obviously look beautiful, right? But as far as tenants, they don't normally release them that up front so early in the game. But we do expect for them to bring some great restaurants and great boutique
excellent.
stores just to give it some oomph.
I like that. And time frame for that project?
Again, probably late 25.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all it's taking a bit of time to get things together, but they're all moving.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exciting.
Yes.
And last but not least, I want to talk about this. Elon Goretzky. Gordesky. His project, and this is at a busy intersection there, Las Vegas Boulevard and Charleston, right?
South.
In that area. It's a
Yeah.
little bit south of there. So what is that project?
That one is also mixed use. We call it the Gateway Project, and it's a great addition to the boulevard after all of the improvements the city has done to the boulevard lately. And so mixed use again. So it's going to be about 300 residential units and then retail on the bottom. So it's a nice addition to that area because it was an empty lot. Well, it is an empty lot, right? And so it's going to revive the area for sure.
Yeah, we
That's true.
definitely are looking forward to more concerted efforts and making that part of the Vegas Boulevard more just prosperous and revitalized. I think that we need to do our part to step up and encourage more projects to happen along the boulevard south of Charleston, because right now it's not where we want it to be, but I think the future's promising if we start to see these types of investments like Elon Gordesky's and others come through. So I know the Foulades are also wanting to do a big project further down on the boulevard in St. Louis, and that's going to be another game changer. And so I'm just very, very optimistic that through the partnerships that are coming to the city and our hardworking teams and permitting and processing and moving everything along, that we're going to make sure we see that revitalization and that resurgence of those areas.
The track record's been very good so far, so I'm confident it's going to do just continue to roll. Dina, we have about less than a minute. Anything else you'd like to add? I'll give you the kind of the final word about the projects.
Yeah, I think there's still even new businesses, right? Again, we talked about the breweries, the distillery, all the businesses, the new businesses that we are hosting in our innovation centers in Ward 3, Bay Technologies, Halo, everything is just, there's so much activity happening, and we're very excited because Ward 3, it's beautiful. It definitely deserves all the attention it's getting right now, so a lot to look forward to.
And David, we had a professor out from Toronto, Canada, the latter part of last year, saying how resilient of a downtown Las Vegas was.
So
I
true.
think we were #1 in terms of getting back up to speed post-pandemic, and that's very encouraging to me to know that we are a place where people kind of trust and value and want to invest, and so we just want to make sure that we continue to do everything we can.
Yeah, well, it's an exciting time, no question about it. And Councilwoman, I have to say that your track record has just been phenomenal on all this. It's a resilient downtown because there was a good plan going in, and it's all starting to bear fruit now. So, Dina, keep up the great work. It's been great to have you on the program. Thank you so much. Councilwoman, I'm going to have you stick around. We need to take a short break, but when we come back, We'll discuss some events that are returning to Ward 3 in 2024. More Access City Council is right after this.
Había un niño que era muy sensible a luces y sonidos. Construía escondites donde no podían entrar. No le gustaba mirar a la gente a los ojos. Lo hacía sentir incómodo. Un día se descubrió que tenía autismo. Con ayuda, poco a poco, aprendió a vivir mejor con ello.
Mientras más pronto se diagnostique, mejor. Conoce las señales en autismspeaks.org.
Así suena cuando es demasiado. Así se siente el estrés. Y así se siente la ayuda. Si perdiste un trabajo, te preocupa qué vas a comer o no puedes lidiar con el día, nosotros te podemos ayudar. Envía el texto estrés al 211-211 para encontrar una solución.
Sí, tenía miedo. No sabía si iba a poder hacerlo.
Encuentra clases gratis para adultos cerca de ti en completatudiploma.org.
Welcome back, everyone. We are talking about Ward 3 with Councilwoman Olivia Diaz. And Councilwoman, 2024 is here, and a lot of events coming up you want to tell everybody
Just
about.
like in 23.
I know, it
it's
doesn't
gonna
slow
come
down at
fast
all.
and furious again.
Exactly.
In 24.
An important award ceremony coming up, a little bit of a ripple because of the events at UNLV.
Yeah, so our hearts are still
Yeah.
with everyone at UNLV, even
sure.
though it's been over a month that things happened. I think the impact is still being felt in the community, and so we didn't feel it was appropriate to go through and have our time to celebrate outstanding Hispanic leaders doing amazing work in different areas. That's what Honor Awards were structured and set up to do. This would be our second annual Honor Awards that we were going to partake in December, a few days right after what happened at UNLV. We decided to hit pause
It's a good call. Good
and
call.
decided to host it on Tuesday, January 16th here, City Council Chambers. 5 to 6:30 is the program where we honor everyone who got selected by a committee.
Yeah.
This was not Councilwoman Diaz saying, I want to recognize X, Y, and Z, but actually a committee received nominations. So every year we open up a window for nominations. People are nominated. The committee vets the nominated folks, and then they come and
How
tell
many
me.
honorees, Councilwoman, generally?
We did 9 last year, but I think we scaled it back to 7
Okay.
this year. We just
Okay.
wanted, there were some that kind of could have been duplicative, so we just decided to honor 7 individuals.
Gotcha. Okay, look forward to hearing who it's going to be.
Yes,
coming
we're
up
all
here.
excited to
think-
formally announce everyone.
Yeah, exactly. And then, Councilwoman, we talked about the art space, the meeting coming up. That's going to be January 17th, the following day, correct?
Yes, January 17th. That's when we want to invite all of the artist community in Las Vegas to come, listen about what Art Space is all about, what they're looking to do, and they want to hear from the artists in the community. So please take a look at the flyer right there that has all of the details, location, and there's a QR code where you can RSVP to attend.
January 17th, everyone, basically at 1025 South 1st Street.
And if for some reason you missed the meeting and you want to still learn more about it, reach out to our office and we'll bring you up to speed with where we are and maybe keep you on a future, if there are more than one meetings after this initial meeting, we'll keep you on a future list to disseminate information.
The main thing, we need you to get involved. We want to hear from you. We really want your input on how we move forward with all of this. And Councilwoman, it's that time of year again, the annual Martin Luther King Jr. Parade. It's on his actual birthday this year, January 15th, 10 o'clock downtown.
It's always a good thing to do things on the day
Exactly,
of,
versus the
but looking
observed.
forward to seeing all the community come out downtown, celebrate this amazing individual who was on a plight, just to make sure that we were all treating each other the way we need to treat each other. And I think it's still important that we articulate and we emphasize this to our children coming up and being the future leaders of tomorrow, that we should care about everyone, and all of us just want what everyone wants. We all want to feel loved, embraced, and we want to do be the best version of ourselves that we can be. And that takes community behind us.
Yes, it does. It surely does. So again, that's going to be January 15th. And we know some of you will see this after the fact as our show airs.
And someone who also is having a birthday here shortly is none other than our own Dave Riggleman. So wish him a happy birthday. It's coming up shortly after Martin Luther King's. I'm not going to divulge when, but it's coming up. So happy birthday to you.
Like Dr. King says, but thank you, Councilwoman. That's very kind of you. And we also want to mention, this is really important in January, some tax help. We got tax season is going to be here before we know it, and there's some free tax advice, Councilwoman, right?
Yes,
available.
Out of the Mexican Consul's office, located in Ward 3. Very important that you all know that they do offer free help with tax filings, and the kickoff for this will be on January 26th at 11 a.m. Okay. And this is with the help of United Way of Southern Nevada and all the volunteers that go through the process to basically be equipped with the skills to help facilitate somebody's tax filing. Yep. And this is really key because some folks are tight on money, and sometimes that extra expenditure to pay for someone to file their taxes is burdensome. And I feel that they're going to get not only free help, but probably quality help as well.
Sure.
So just wanting to put the word out there that starting January 26th at the Mexican Consul's office, this will be available. So swing on by on this day if you're able to kind of get more information, or if you can serve as a volunteer, please connect with our office and we can also channel you so that you know how you can best help during this season.
Yeah, and help people navigate the maze that is the income tax.
That's one of those things that weighs over everyone. I got to get my filing done.
And am I getting anything back, or am I going to have to pay more?
Exactly.
So, exactly. It's always the question. So, well,
hopefully most people get refunds.
Yeah, hopefully you do. Hopefully you do. Best wishes on that.
I know.
It's always when you get down there and that's what's going to happen. It's always.
I'm so close some years.
Yeah. Well, Councilwoman, time flies when you're on the program, and we're about out of time here, but I want to tell everybody out there, we always want to hear from you. So if there's something you'd like to share with Councilwoman Olivia Diaz, you can find her on Facebook, Instagram, and X, which is formerly known as Twitter. You can also contact her by picking up the phone, 702-229-4623, or send her an email. Her address is odiaz@lasvegasnevada.gov, and she or one of her great staff will get right back to you. So, well, again, Happy New Year to you. I can't believe we're in 2024 already.
Yes, wishing everyone much health, prosperity, and obviously awesome adventures in 24, because we have to be happy in order to be the best that we can be.
Great sentiment. I like that too. So, well, Councilwoman, great job today. Looking forward to having you back again.
They'll be here before we know it.
It certainly will. It certainly will.
It seems like yesterday I was right here on the set doing the last show.
That was last year. Yes. So, but you will see you in 6 weeks.
Yes.
And in the meantime, folks, don't miss our next show beginning on January 18th with Ward 4 City Councilwoman Frances Allen Polensky. You can now catch all of our KCLV shows on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. Also, watch for our QR code at the end of this show to subscribe to our newsletter. And don't forget, you can watch us live on the internet at kclv.tv. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you next time around.